minutes. Picks it up there again, though. The Zeri, as we said, pairs so well with this Yuumi.
Right, we get to see the power scaling bottom lane of Zeri Yuumi versus the early pressure of Nami and Lucian.
And now you're expecting 100 Thieves bans go towards mid lane, EG bans go towards jungle. Focus the role that you already have selected and your opponents do not.
I think it's part of the hover from EG. They're saying JoJo's got enough counter picks into this Azir. We actually don't even care if you throw two. Yes, if you ban the Akali, then they still have the Silas that is still left and available.
And I love having the Taliyah continue to be banned out, despite how powerful it is just in general. If you want your bottom lane to survive against the early power of Nami and Lucian, you don't want to have them being backed up by Taliyah surfing down there and making those plays and making those roams.
It is interesting, though, because it's not a pick that JoJo Pion has played a single time. And we already have Poppy, so we know it's not going jungle. So it's a nod potentially to scrim rumors, scrim results that have been coming in there. Akali will get banned out. This means Silas is available, as you're talking about, Kobe.
Yep. Alrighty, boys. It's Trundle and Aatrox banned out by EG. Akali and Taliyah banned out by 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves hovering the Xin Zhao. Closer did not accomplish very much at all early on this champion, but was able to have good team fight performance with it later on.
Exactly, and it pairs really well with the Yuumi, so it gives it a lot more utility towards the later stages of the game. Can really get aggressive on these champions like Lucian when you're strapped up with that Nami.
Yeah, it's basically a run back for 100 Thieves. It is scaling bottom lane with the Yuumi there, the Xin, the Azir as well. Very, very similar draft here for 100 Thieves, and you can see why they think this. They're like, great, we had the team fight win. We trust in our execution here towards the later stages of the game. But the fact that they're on this red side, they did have to give up the Silas to do it. And then you can also pick a tank for impact in the top lane. You know, some sort of hard engage would be good, but they go with the Gangplank instead.
And this is what I was really, really interested to see if they were going to bring out, because it's focused towards the bot lane. The GP is one of Impact's big picks historically, has been one of his best performing champions for years and years. This allows them to have even more focus towards that Lucian Nami. Drop the ult on this bot lane's head, look for the all-ins.
Plus, if they lock in something like this Ornn that's being hovered, GP feels fine. He's allowed to play lane into a tank, he gets to scale for free, and he's going to feel good. They preempt the tank pick.
It means, though, that EG, since they don't pick that super hard engage on top lane, it has to be really good Nami waves and stolen Silas ultimates here from either the Yuumi or the Ornn to get their engage from. So a lot more into this JoJo pick. This Silas that we've been talking up, we've been waiting for, finally gets through the picks and bans, and that's going to have to bring together their team fights for later in the game.
Exactly, and I think that is the key thing, is that JoJo is going to be able to steal that Ornn ult, and that will be the go button for this team. But it means it's less power in the actual team fights for JoJo, because it doesn't have something like an Alistar or a Gnar or an Amumu or whatever to actually steal away. He's going to have to work more as the engage a lot of the time.
Right. Conditional engage can be very, very risky, especially when your opponents have an Ornn. They have follow-up from a Yuumi. They have follow-up from an Azir. There's a lot more options, I think, for 100 Thieves to be able to say, no, we fight here, we fight now. If 100 Thieves assess a situation and say JoJo's not there, well, the engage from the other side doesn't look that threatening.
Absolutely, you know, then it would be down to that Nami wave, which is not going to be very reliable. We saw that in game number one, it's easily avoidable. But both these two teams so evenly matched through the first two games.
This is what we're waiting for, the next installment of an epic battle between 100 Thieves and EG. Alrighty, everybody, let's rock and roll. Tied up at 1-1 with evil geniuses playing from blue side for the first time this series.
Something worth noting, the early pink ward here. In game number one, there was an early pink ward on the EG side, you know, trying to protect that bot lane. They get a sweeper, they clear out the defensive ward for 100 Thieves, and they can drop a pink to potentially allow this Lucian Nami lane to play hyper-aggressive.
Exactly. There's so much focus in this game on that bottom lane. Not only is the sweeper plus the control ward, we've got the Zeri going with the barrier here for FBI because of that all-in burst of the Lucian Nami lane. They're trying to change the outcome of the Lucian this time around. Last time it was so successful for EG.
As well as the two most defensive possible options for the Yuumi, heal and exhaust. There's no ignite there like is sometimes seen. It's all about survivability and weathering this early game.
There are no questions as to the goal of the 100 Thieves bottom lane. There are no illusions here about looking for all-in kills themselves. All defense.
Man, JoJo's just wasting no time getting involved in some PvP level 1.
Absolutely, and he's going to have more sustain here with the D-Shield start. You know, happy to take these trades, try to sustain it up as much as possible.
And this Silas, there's a reason that we talk it up so much. This is one of his iconic champions. Straight from when he was in Academy, so much success. This and LeBlanc, the two most successful, most abusive JoJo Pyun champions.
And it's been really fun to see the evolution of JoJo Pyun. You think back to Spring Split, it was all about purely lane dominance. He tried to play hyper-aggressive all the time. The adjustments in Summer were more towards playing more for the team, making moves for the team, sometimes sacrificing your own lane to roam, and these types of adjustments, I think have really done so well for AG. You look at how dominant they were during the regular season in Summer. I think a lot of credit is deserved by JoJo.
All right, so as we're looking at all three lanes happening at the same time here, it's important to also take note of our junglers. As you can see, they started on opposite sides of the map. It was a two-camp red side clear for Closer. He's now on the bottom side, Inspired fully clearing out his red quadrant. Then we expect him to head up top, so they'll be on opposite ends of the map when those scuttle crabs spawn.
Yeah, and they invest so much vision on the bottom side, they might as well invest jungle pressure as well to play off of the Lucian Nami from the very beginning.
And you can see Someday actually doing a really good job playing around the first strike. You can see the cooldown of it on your enemy health bar there when you click on them. So as soon as that came up, even though he went into the rush, he hits that Q.
Oh, but Inspired's ready for the gank in mid lane immediately. Just tackles in there, flash for flash, jungler versus mid lane.
And Abba wastes no time flashing himself too. He knows he's not going to even try and go for the shifting sands there, flashes out. Mid lane not having flash versus the Silas, again, is so scary because JoJo can guarantee the mid-jungle duo.
And that's some of the power of Poppy. If your opponent has a dash instead of a blink, you have to force the flash.
Absolutely, and that's why Closer is here in mid lane now to actually help him push us out because he has no more potions and his second win D-Shield on JoJo, so he's going to sustain much better throughout this lane. And Closer needs to be in the area. They clear out that pink ward. Closer will move down. He still hasn't been spotted, but look at bot.
Bottom lane, FBI taking some damage as they detach and reattach the cat, trying to trade as effectively as they can against this aggro bottom lane.
Oh, the minion wave here far up. JoJo keeps it and denies some from Abadaga here. He's going to be able to teleport himself back after recalling though, and both junglers hyper-focused around the vision for mid lane.
But the important thing, both summoner spells now down for Abadaga. If Inspired can find the angle and the timing to make a return gank, it could be incredibly punishing and really set the pace of the mid lane.
But a slight advantage gained here from Closer, kills Raptors on respawn. That is that camp that Poppy really highly prizes.
And they've already got the pre-ward here up on Raptors to see the next spawn of Raptors. So Closer just took away Evil Genius's Raptors. We can see Inspired will wrap back around.
JoJo sticking around in mid with very low health, very low mana. Closer looking to see if there's an angle here because Inspired wants to wrap around. They know that JoJo sticking around means Evil Geniuses is looking for something. And now, JoJo's stepping very far forward. He'll walk over towards the brush. He's got 200 HP. Remember that that's deceptively low because he will be able to heal up with the Kingslayer. But no, they're not going to opt for this. Inspired just stealing back the enemy chicken camp, effectively making that break even, but not quite because he didn't have enough time to finish the big one.
Exactly, and they know that they're too low on the EG side to actually fully push this out because they would lose in that 2v2. Interesting to see Inspired go for the early Swifty boots here. You know, instead of CDR boots, that's generally what you see as the rush for these tank junglers. Really highly prizing the slow resistance as well as that additional bit of move speed. But now JoJo has spent his TP, has pushed, so he's going to threaten down towards bot side to try to make this 100 Thieves bot lane nervous.
And look for the timings too. We're a ways away from the level 6, but usually around the 6-minute mark, your gangplank will get level 6, and then you make the hard roam. So first couple of incursions from JoJo hovering towards bottom, trying to get some vision out, but Impact there will teleport back to lane, and another 30 seconds or so, a couple minion waves, and he will be able to get level 6 gangplank ult.
And the CS advantage is actually really nice for Impact because this is not a grasp GP. He's not going as much towards the laning phase runes. It is first strike, so this is about scaling. He now gets the base, he gets Sheen, he gets Cull. He's going to be feeling really good about his position in this lane, which I do think is important after what happened in the 1v1 last time.
And that's what I was talking about in Champ Select, why you can preempt the tank pick. But now we've got JoJo going in with a stolen ulti. If you can do it, I can do it better. That's Silas, baby.
It's perfect synergy. Steal the wall ultimate from Azir. Have Inspired come on the timing. Slam him into his own stolen ultimate, Azael.
It's perfectly done there by EG. They had the timing. Abadaga, no flash, no way to react. And JoJo grabs that kill and then back again towards topside. You know, Impact just farming away here, doing a really good job keeping the push, allowing EG to have the run of the map here.
So once again, it is an early Evil Geniuses lead here. Over 1,000 gold lead already accrued from them. A lot of mid lane focus there, getting this Silas pick for JoJo ahead. And it's not just the gold, it's also the early Dark Seal stack stacking up for him.
And there's not really any vision out on the map for the 100 Thieves side. You know, this pink ward is there for EG, multiple pinks down on that bot side, so that is keeping their lanes a lot more safe. They know they want to play aggressively. GP wants to be in the face of the Ornn, poking away at him. Lucian Nami wants to be threatening these all-ins.
Well, they'll find a little bit, but quite a lot shy of an all-in. The bubble flies out and doesn't connect on FBI, so 100 Thieves now have the confidence to be able to continue shoving this out, knowing they can't be caught in that CC.
I would actually like to see an early lane swap from 100 Thieves up towards Rift Herald because they don't want to play into this lopsided ultimates towards bottom side of the map.
It's actually so interesting. Something we didn't talk about yet is that Hui is actually playing Guardian. So he's full resolve here on the Yuumi. Nothing you ever really see. It's almost always going to be Airy or Comet, sometimes First Strike even. But it's a very defensive setup here. He goes Guardian. He even has bone plating. So he really wants to make sure that they can try to survive at any potential all-in.
Exactly. It's one of those things that at first glance may not make the most sense because Resolve is about resisting damage. Yuumi doesn't normally take a lot of damage, but they know they have to play these with detaching and reattaching to min-max the shields and get all the value possible. So they're ready for that as Closer may just be able to find an angle here bottom. Cowrie and Vulcan going forward. Closer looking for Blast Cone as FBI nearly dies, barely staying alive. They're just trying to buy enough time to get Closer down here, and now he's ready to go. Heal used. Closer jumps in. Yumio goes down. They find the root onto the enemy support, but Gangplank's ult is getting it done. FBI with a flash out, but Inspired is coming in, and FBI is in trouble. Closer is in trouble, and who he, dare I need to even say it, he's in trouble. 3 kills, EG.
EG go off in the bottom lane there. The GP ulti as the response. The early level 6s made 100 Thieves think they could win out, but Kiori levels up during that, takes them down.
That is exactly why a minute ago I called for a lane swap up to the top side of the map so you don't play into the GP ultimate. You want to make a top side play there. But 100 Thieves, they go right into it. And if it after the reset for Inspired, so he's there for the counter gank with that ulti and the over commitment, Evil Geniuses get paid again.
Evil Genius is racking up so much here between the Gangplank money, between the kill in the mid lane, the 3 kills bottom. It's a 3,500 gold lead before 10 minutes. This is a massacre.
It's a monumental advantage here for EG, barely surviving there. Cowrie able to turn it around, hitting 6, getting that culling. Inspired there on the timing. Inspired has been exceptional so far this game. Right place, right time. Everywhere EG needs him to be.
This is great stuff for Evil Geniuses. 100 Thieves playing right into their strengths here, what they've drafted for, and that means you're going to get the first move with this big of a gold lead. You can just slam down the advantage. Here's another look at it for the timing here. And you can tell, Vulcan and Kiori, they don't overextend in that. They're waiting. They know that this is going to turn around.
Yeah, absolutely. But the early level 6s made them think that they could win. Yumi's 6, FBI is 6 here as well. And no one on the EG side was actually at that big break mark. But then, Cowrie able to hit level 6, comes in here, Inspired arrives from the side, gets the wall tackle on FBI. No one can get out from 100 Thieves.
I just think it's really good communication from EG to not overplay your hand with the Lucian Nami in that little trade, because Inspired is saying, hey, I just reset, so let me have some time here to get over there for the counter.
Well, we're ready to go again. Closer back in bottom lane, and this time they get the fish. Cowrie can't do anything to keep him alive, and that's a response that was desperately needed from 100 Thieves.
Absolutely, but look at mid lane stolen ulti.
JoJo goes in again and forces out the flash from Abadaga as Inspired's ready to maybe follow up, but Abba backs away.
But that's huge now. Flash down here is going to mean 5 minutes of danger for Abadaga, especially because they don't have a lot of vision coverage here around mid lane. There's really nothing keeping him safe. They do have that mid prio, so Inspired will be starting this up.
Alrighty, that could be important if they can just grab it without any interference from 100 Thieves, and it looks like that interference ain't gonna happen. So a free Drake for Inspired. They know they have their bottom lane nearby. They can shove out this wave, come up and help them. FBI stuck underneath the tier 1 turret, so he won't be able to interfere. Abadaga already spent his flash surviving the all-in from JoJo, so he can't come down there. Easy pickup for EG.
This is such a massive lead for the Evil Geniuses. This early into the game, the Dragon Plus almost 4,000 gold lead at only 11 and a half minutes here. Massive, massive. Of course they have Gangplank, who's generating an excessive lead up here with First Strike, with the passive as well there for Impact, but this is a ginormous lead. And JoJo is such a good stylist, they should be able to steal the correct ultimates here to continue on and push this lead ahead with the engages.
I mean, this First Strike has gotten so much value for Impact. Almost 300 gold already 12 minutes in. Nearly a kill's worth of gold. Especially when you can use it with the ulti cross-map. It is actually so valuable, and they're going aggressive on FBI.
Oh, FBI, you better get the hell out of town, buddy. Jumps back over the wall to survive. But this is the kind of situation you'll find yourself in when you're behind versus Lucian Nami. They're still not at those one-item power spikes either. It's going to get worse.
And when your bottom lane is getting bullied like that, it does free up the other side of your map here too. Herald's going to be started by Evil Geniuses. They're just going to take this right off the map. They've got such early item completions. Chemtech is already completed here for Inspired on Poppy. With the extra Swifty boost speed, he's so fast. He can get in there without even his own flash to be able to force these summoner spells and force these ganks.
Absolutely, and EG, it feels like now are winning all 3 lanes, and that is just a jungler's paradise here for Inspired. Go wherever you want, take whatever you want, gets the Dragon, gets the Herald, nearly 4.5k, well more than that ahead. They're going to be a 5,000 gold lead once they drop the Herald and crack some plates.
We've seen early leads in both games so far this series, but this one is by far the most dominant. The 2 previous games around this point, yeah, it's been around 1,000, maybe 1,500 gold, nearly 5k for the defending champs.
I got some bad news for the 100 Thieves fans because the items now are completed for Cowrie as well as Vulcan. Those mythics do come through. So that is where you have to be terrified of any potential all-ins that could come across.
They're going to get even more money too with the Rift Herald being moved down here. That should be a whole turret plate. 100 Thieves have brought closer. They're going to try and defend the remnants of it. But all they need is a couple autos here from EG, plus the charge from the Herald. That thing is gone, and 100 Thieves have got to get out of town.
And the timing is perfect. 13 minutes and 45 seconds as Impact has to use his stopwatch to survive the all-in from Someday.
I actually love that. That's great use of the stopwatch there. You know, he is Inspiration primary, so he's going to be able to have that. And when there is that Ignite spellbook plus ultimate window, that is the only time he can really get all in 100 to 0 by the Ornn. So pays the respect, holds onto his flash, spends the stopwatch.
Yeah, every single member here for Evil Geniuses above their counterparts on the side of 100 Thieves. This should be pretty easy to rotate up towards top lane next, get that last secondary outer here on the top lane tower, then rotate over in time for that dragon. 2 minutes is plenty of time here to overload. And here you see the bottom lane heading right up there to deal with the business.
Exactly. They're marching up towards that top part of the map, ready to keep building this lead. They're already at nearly 6,000 gold, but it looks like it might be party time here in top lane. Someday tries to get away from it. Party! Cannon barrage! Forces the flash as Closer tries to get away, but JoJo is ready to keep it moving forward. Who he detaches and finds his way back over to Someday, but that's another fight for the Geniuses.
Impact starting the party early all by himself there, soloing Someday out, forcing him away, forcing the flash under tower. They get another kill here. It's just a steamroll with this map pressure from Evil Geniuses.
And Impact playing that 1v1 out so well, getting multiple applications of the Trial by Fire, resetting it with the barrels, constantly slowing him down, getting that true damage down to shred through this Ornn. FBI trying to trade back on the other side, but Impact's going to be here quickly to answer. And is going for this crit build, likely going to be Collector's second. It'll be interesting to see if he goes towards Lethality Mythic third or just straight to the IE, but we can watch it again. He's got First Strike active, and he's going to be looking for the kill from the bush.
Yeah, he gets the opening bonus right there. Barrel chain onto Someday, uses his first trial by fire, gets the second one here. Ultimate, plus the extra Q on the way out, forces the flash from Someday to get out of range of that ultimate. And then the rest of the team is going to be able to pick up the other kill here on Closer. And while Huhi is able to slip away with the Yuumi, again, the timing of that play means they finish up this the top tower, and then you look at this reset, it's plenty in advance of the Dragon, still a cushy 20 seconds to get over there with.
Absolutely, and so many items actually being picked up here. Kairi almost has his full rapid fire. Jojo grabbed up the stopwatch, knowing that playmaking going to be very, very important here. They've got some heal cut there on Vulcan, so they are looking good. Nabadaga, gotta get out of there.
And so from the 100 Thieves side, you have to know, okay, they're resetting 20 seconds way in advance of this Dragon. We can't go over there. We have to try and trade something on the other side of the map. See if you can maybe push an extra mid wave on top side. They're just trying to catch the waves at their towers here, as Azir trying to defend mid and just sacrifice that Dragon. Nothing you can do about it. And they can't even make a hard push on the other side of the map. EG are running the map. They're trying to make a cross map play at the same time on Someday.
Oh no, Someday's just trying to put some items together here in the brushes, and evil geniuses aren't gonna let him do nothing. They steal the Ornalt, they take his life. They get the Drake on the other side of the map too. It's all EG all the time in game 3.
Flowers, they can't even push out a minion wave on the other side of the map without getting caught. Evil geniuses, it's rare to make, one play on the map like that, but they make 3 at the same time.
This is the benefit of winning all these lanes. You look at the warding, 400 Thieves, they've got no aggressive warding. They have the one in the river, that's about as far up as it gets for them. EG are able to just push up. They know they're going to win any even number fight very comfortably. So as long as they have numbers, they're willing to walk in and face anything 100 Thieves throw at them.
Yeah, and even when they've committed 2 people to the Dragon, pick off the play on top side of the map. Maybe the Hex Gates, you can say, with a little bit of comeback defensive mechanic where you can try and get out there and defend your teammates a little bit quicker. But there's no other word for it. This is a blowout in game number 3.
Evil geniuses making a statement, coming back after losing that second game, clearly didn't affect them too much.
No, not at all. I mean, you look at the 80 gap right now as far as the itemization, it's a full item and a half ahead for Kaori. That is just ridiculous on this really powerful early game marksman. He's going to hit 11 soon. First strike, level 2 of the culling is going to be so much damage.
It does seem difficult for 100 Thieves to play it. I mean, yeah, you say, hey, just slap the Lucian back on the ban list, right? Look, we won the game where we banned it away. But also, that's not the only problem this game. There are problems in every lane. The Gangplank is a problem. The Silas is a problem. Evil Geniuses going to be able to push this one ahead. 8.6K plus all the dragons.
So outside of a major error from Evil Geniuses, is there even a way back into this for 100 Thieves? Because it feels like they're so far behind now that it's nearly impossible.
I mean, you're just hoping that the game can stall out, that you can actually scale up and then maybe make something happen with the Azir, the Zeri, the Yuumi. They have incredible scaling, Ornn does as well. So you're trying to just mitigate loss, farm it up, keep defensive vision, and hope that maybe come soul fight, you can pull something off.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you gotta fake it till you make it. Just keep telling each other, we're scaling, we're scaling, we're scaling.
You gotta fake it for a long time if you're down 9,000 gold here. And by the way, this is a 9,000 gold lead in a game where there's still a second Rift Herald alive on the map. There's no Baron available to take. This game is an absolute smash from EG, and with this next Herald, I'm expecting them to just absolutely steamroll down one of these lanes.
And if you go up here 2-1, you put it to match point, the pressure really does start to mount for 100 Thieves here. Going up against EG, they really wanted their revenge, and it will be insult to injury to lose to them. With this substitute marksman here, Kaori, who has been playing incredible on the Lucian, it feels like, in both of these games.
I gotta give him so much credit for stepping up like this, going from Academy not just to LCS, but to an actual roadshow event with an arena packed full of fans. That's like jumping 6 levels ahead, and it's just incredible to perform the way he's doing. 2-0-2, 300 gold bounty, full item lead over his opponent. Hot damn!
Especially because you don't get the practice time with the team as well. This 100 Thieves lineup, they haven't even changed their lineup since last year. They're the only team to not even make changes. They have played together and built synergy over more time than any other LCS team, and Cowrie just slaps right in.
My man skipped the tutorial, went straight to the final boss.
He just mashed X through all the dialogue and started one-shotting everybody. Team fight breaking out now with the Ornn ulti coming in. FBI's thrown up into the air. Culling doesn't find enough for a kill, but the Herald charges in, and the tier 2 is going to be taken low. 100 Thieves trying to strike back, but they only root the enemy jungler. Nobody dies either side.
But it is the chunk there they get down. They force the summoners off FBI. They force the flash off Abadaga. That is the big win for EG, is in the summoner department. And with Dragon here in 45, you have to think there's not much shot for 100 Thieves to be able to contest.
Trying to chase him out right now. Be careful about these barrel chains. Impact is definitely a heavy force here. Pushing out the bottom lane first. Evil Geniuses buying time for Cowrie and Vulcan to reset and get back out onto the map. They've got some fresh purchases over there. Another BF sword layered into that Lucian.
They're buying time, man. They got 9,500 gold. They can afford as much time as they need right now. Normally, I talk about Barons this early, 21 minutes into the game, normally not being a super viable option. When you have this kind of a lead, when the game has gone like this so far, it's a very viable option, especially if you can take down these tier 2s and make it that much more difficult for 100 Thieves to leave the base.
Absolutely. I mean, they have everything you would actually want to be able to burn this down. They're high damage, they have a frontliner, they have sustain, so it is going to be really easy to start that up and threaten it. And EG trying to push in, threaten these tier 2s, while Abadaga does collect an objective bounty on top side and try to scrape some gold back for 100 Thieves.
This is what we talk about with the previous Dragon as well. You know you can't take it, so try and get your objective bounty, try and get your trade on the other side of the map, and at least they do get that objective bounty shut down. And try and leave behind a couple of control wards, a little bit of vision by Baron.
And you know what? Going back to Champion Select, the thing that we identified as what could be one of the problems for this EG draft is a lack of engage. But they're so far ahead, they essentially completely cancel that out. They're always able to be first. They always have priority. They always have setup. And it's 100 Thieves who have to check into that.
Yeah, and as long as JoJo goes and gets some vision of someday, finds that Ornn, they've been able to successfully yoink that ultimate to force their lead even wider here as we approach the Baron. And this is where 100 Thieves are going to have their hardest defense of the game. Over the back of this Baron wall, you see the Nami wave used out early here, just trying to make one of these picks, a little bit of fishing from Vulcan.
Yeah, it almost hit Abadaga, just very slightly off there. No, Isaac, I see you grinning. I'm not acknowledging the pun. We're not doing it. No, we're not doing it.
If it was freak, it was fully intentional.
Oh,
but
I
Kobe's
know,
just playing it
I know.
cool.
Yeah.
A little bit of fishing
Kobe's
there from
chilling.
Nami and Kobe.
Kobe's chilling. All right. But 100 Thieves are not chilling. They're trying to find any sort of a way to play this one out. But Abadaga, he's already dead.
He got one! Vulcan went fishing and he got himself a bird! They get the Azir,
What's that thing doing under there?
another bubble, another dead Azir. Vulcan comes up with the pick, and that's going to be Evil Geniuses' supremacy around Baron.
And now it's the big prize here. They're starting up the Baron. 100 Thieves have to contest. Impact is still bot lane, though. Does have TP, does have ulti for the turn here, potentially.
Man, Vulcan is just so clutch so many times throughout his career.
Absolutely, he's been so good, and things that you don't want to hear as a 100 Thieves fan. Impact has enough to buy a full IE when he's sitting on 4,000 gold, so Gangplank is about to be a problem.
What about this angle? What if it's not even about the Lucian? It's about the Nami that they keep getting for Vulcan. The sniper with the bubbles. Honestly, just huge stuff here from Evil Geniuses, and for 100 Thieves, they already have to be thinking about, changes towards next game. Because yes, how many ways can you say it that EG have blasted this game? It's about what are the adaptations from 100 Thieves, because it has in the past just been about, okay, we are going to fall back on team fighting and scaling towards these mid-game. This is exactly what they tried this game, and they didn't even get a chance at it.
Well, let's see if EG can find their move now. There comes the Ornn ultis, traded back and forth. However, now let's see what JoJo can do. Let's see it. Not quite going to get anything just yet. JoJo throws out the E2, but he won't get closer. Nobody dies, and honestly, that's about as good as you can get for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, absolutely. Closer doing a good job actually deflecting Lucian ultimate with his own ultimate, then gets in there on JoJo, and jukes up when JoJo thought he was going to go down. So JoJo actually knocking the ultimate down and is not able to actually connect there on closer, so he just walks it out.
Yeah, I like the phrasing there, Flowers, because every time 100 Thieves don't die in one of these attempts,
that's a dub.
That's a dub. Because even in the aftermath, you see EG, they're like, fine, we didn't kill anyone, but we're still going to push in all 3 lanes and take away more territory for 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves have to take this opportunity on the resets to get some vision inside Baron, though, because that's your hope. When you're this far down in a game, your hope is that slingshot dream fight around a big objective like Baron. Maybe you can steal it, objective bounty shutdown, maybe you can get some kills.
That's going to have to be the slingshot that killed Goliath, man. There's no way unless something absolutely out of this world happens. When you look at the item diff, when you look at how far ahead these guys are, and when you consider how damn good they are at team fighting, EG just has everything they need to win this.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a really impressive game from EG. You know, they're one tower, one kill away from a perfect game, right? You know, they did give some up, but not much whatsoever. Has been dominance across the map here. That lone kill on Vulcan, that one tower that was taken as a trade for an objective on the other side of the map, is really all 100 Thieves have been able to claw away from EG this entire game.
Look at this Chad Poppy. Walks into enemy jungle by himself, takes the blue. He knows nobody's going to mess with him because he's running the whole rift right now. Evil Geniuses, uh-oh. Oh no, Abadaga. I don't know if a Sun Disc is going to be enough, buddy. They bring down the Gangplank ulti. It's just raining shells on him. JoJo goes in. He doesn't even need to use the stolen ultimate. They pick off the enemy mid, and a TP's coming in looking for even more. They try to bring in backup for 100 Thieves, but JoJo wants to get somebody, and he finds Closer, delivers him straight into Calories' waiting arms. They'll find another on the FBI almost, and there's the secure. There's the double kill. There's the substitute AD carry stepping up.
JoJo taking the game into his hands there, finds the pick onto Avadaga with impact, then flashing in, takes down Closer to guarantee that they can secure this Baron. Someday and Hui sticking around, but what can they do? So little damage. It is the Spellbook Smite, so he's going to try to look for a potential flash in. I think it's worth it, but I don't see how he can get there.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to get all the way in. They're just beating the snot out of him. They knock him right back into the wall. No risk, no chance. Evil Geniuses secure the Baron.
Yeah, they are not going to keep damaging Baron. They stop DPS on Baron. It is critical. You don't have to be a genius to call that play, but well done.
Absolutely, and it's you can't hate Someday for the attempt. You're so far behind. Needs those kind of plays to actually have any chance of coming back. And it's just JoJo finding the pick here. You can see the Gangplank ulti dropped on him. Not really any ability to actually outplay this. Just bursts down, and then Closer and FBI, everyone here was trying to bail out their mid laners. They're just going to get chased.
And even with this, one screen teleport from JoJo, he's like, I'm making this play happen. He teleports a screen, then he flashes for it. He gets the Azir sec with the stolen Azir ultimate, and is knocked even closer towards the rest of 100 Thieves.
It's been such a clean game for EG. Game 1, Game 3, both entirely dominated by EG. 100 Thieves battled back incredibly well in Game 2, and now are going to have to set themselves up to try to do the same here in Game 4. I don't think Cowrie's going to see Lucian again for the rest of the series. I don't think they can allow that.
Yeah, you would expect not, and it sort of works as a double ban too, because Nami's pretty much only picked with it. We've seen Vulcan dial in these bubbles. We've seen Vulcan have the performance. The problem is, last time, 100 Thieves had